second question, he noticed that the people are praying in the masjid, the sunnah or tahiyyatul masjid, extremely fast. If they are praying extremely fast as you had described, Abu Ma'ruf, then what they're doing is totally wrong. Why? Because there are pillars of salat, and we all have to know these pillars. We have to learn them. And there are obligatory acts in salat, and there are voluntary acts in salat. We have to know the three categories, so we know when our prayer is valid or invalid. We know when we have to prostrate for forgetfulness or we don't, etc. Among the pillars of the salat, which was mentioned in the hadith known as al-musi' salatih, the one who does not know how to pray, who came 3 times to the masjid, prayed 2 rak'ahs, came to the Prophet ﷺ, gave salam. The Prophet replied the salam and said, go back and pray because you did not pray. So the man went again and prayed 2 rak'ahs and came, gave salam. The Prophet again replied to his salam and told him, go and pray, you did not pray. The 3rd time, the man said, O Prophet of Allah, teach me. I don't know how to pray other than what you had seen. So the Prophet ﷺ started to teach him the pillars. And every time he mentioned bowing, raising up the head, prostration, etc., he would tell him to be calm when you bow and feel the tranquility when you bow. Feel the tranquility when you rise up. Feel the tranquility when you prostrate, and so on. So the scholars said that part of the pillars of salat is al-itma'nan, tranquility, calmness, to be fixed in that pillar, whether sujood or ruku' or sitting between the sujood, etc. To be fixed in the sense that you don't do like a chicken when it eats from the ground. You take your time, you prostrate, you bow, and this is known as tuma'nina. The way you've described that they bow but they don't completely bow and they raise their heads, and while they're raising their heads to stand up, they bend their knees and go for sujood. So actually it looks as if they are dancing the ballet, rather than praying. This prayer is invalid. And I've seen a lot of the people in the subcontinent, unfortunately, do this way of praying. Especially when they offer 2 prostrations, they hit the ground and they go up. They never sit straight to say Rabbi ghfirli, Rabbi ghfirli. They just semi touch and go back again. This is not permissible, and this renders the prayer invalid, because anyone who would look at them, they say they are not praying. Now, having said that, it depends on your judgment, because you might be a little bit extreme in judging other people's prayer to be too fast. We know that the sunnah of Fajr, the one that you've mentioned in the first question, Mother Aisha used to describe to us how fast the Prophet ﷺ used to pray at home. And this is not a limited or a single case. No, this was a frequently performed and done sunnah and ritual. That the sunnah of Fajr, the Prophet used to pray it fast. To the extent that Mother Aisha said, I used to tell myself, did he recite the Fatiha? Because it was so quick, which means that not only in the recitation, as the scholars say, but also in prostration, in the bowing position, the sunnah in Sunnat al-Fajr is to pray it as quick as possible without jeopardizing the arkan, the pillars. So once saying Subhana Rabbil A'la is sufficient. Allahu Akbar Rabbi ghfirli once is sufficient. Allahu Akbar Subhana Rabbil A'la is sufficient, instead of saying 3 times or prolonging it. The sunnah is to make it fast. So again, your judgment has to be measured to see whether the prayer of these people you're criticizing is valid or not, whether they're doing their due diligence and they're fulfilling the conditions and the pillars and to what is needed or not. Then we can judge this, and Allah Azza wa Jalla.